Historically, fiat currencies always fail, which is why they're proposing the idea of moving us into the blockchain, so that way we can use cryptocurrencies. So, yeah, you guys are going to learn about what fiat currency is, history of fiat currencies, some case studies of failed fiat currencies in the past, and why there's a shift towards blockchain technology. Alright, so what exactly is fiat currency? It's a legal tender whose value isn't backed by a physical commodity like gold or silver. In 1971, President Nixon removed the gold standard. Right, so basically everything from there was just was based on trust. Okay, and then with that, they just kept printing and printing more money. All right, so basically, the big bull run started from there. All right, so its value is derived from government decree and the public's trust in the issuing authority. But with that, governments can increase and or decrease the money supply at will, unlike with commodity-backed currencies, which gives us a lot of economic risk because this control allows the economic manipulation but also carries the risk of devaluation through overprinting, which is what's currently happening worldwide. Right, history of fiat currency failures. So throughout history, fiat currencies have shown a tendency to fail due to overprinting, which leads to hyperinflation and the loss from the public. So the average lifespan is usually around 27 to 35 years. However, the World Reserve, the U.S., they've been way over that. So they're due for, their downfall, and is going to move towards China. So some famous examples are the Roman denarius, Weimar Germany's mark, Zimbabwe's dollar, and one of the most recent one is Venezuela's bolivar. Currently, they have this thing that's happening in Venezuela right now because the U.S. invaded. The consequences of all this thing happening, like the fiat currency failing, leads to a collapse, and often leads to economic hardships, social unrest, and the adoption of an alternative currency or maybe a new system. This is where blockchain comes in. But before that, let's talk about the case study of the Roman denarius. So around 64 AD, Emperor Nero began reducing the silver content of the denarius to fund the wars and public spending. By the 3rd century, the coin was made mostly of copper, leading to massive inflation. This debasement weakened the empire's economy and contributed to its eventual decline. Weimar Germany is around World War I. Right, the government printed vast amounts of money to pay the war debts and reparations, so it led to hyperinflation in 1923. And that's why I got a picture of this German goat right here with stacks of cash right over here, because they need a lot of money just to pay for like a simple thing like a loaf of bread, or maybe paying for public transportation, right? The crisis wiped out the middle class savings and led to social and political instability. Alright, and current economic warning signs right now. Global debt levels hit record highs, reaching 111 trillion in 2025. That's equivalent to 94% of the global GDP. The U.S. M2 money supply reached 22 trillion in November of 2025. This raised concerns about future devaluation. Rising inflation, although it's cooling in some areas, it remains above the target levels in many countries. And here I have a picture of the global debt. It reached around 315 trillion, a lot. So that's why there's a shift towards blockchain technology. As trust in traditional fiat currencies erode, there's a growing shift towards decentralized digital assets. Crypto adoption surged worldwide, with countries like India and now the U.S. is following. Right, they have that Clarity Act that they're trying to push, hopefully this month. But I get a feeling that they're gonna keep on delaying it just a little bit. So yeah, blockchain technology offers a decentralized, transparent, and global financial system, free from government control. I don't think it's free, man. Well, there's some cryptos that are free from government control, but if you are using the central bank digital currencies, yeah, they're gonna control you. They're gonna tell you what to buy, when to buy, where to buy, or where to use it. But that's my goal, is to educate you in the differences, so that way you can position yourself in the right type of crypto, the one that is not issued by central banks. But you're not going to learn that from this video. This video is just giving you like a history of fiat currencies. So blockchain revenue and adoption in 2025. So blockchain on-chain revenue was projected to reach 20 billion in 2025. Right. So I got a graph right over here. Solana is leading the way, 1.4 billion. And then there's Hyperliquid at 814 million. Tron's a very undervalued one too. It's very quiet, but it's also very efficient. I used their blockchain in the past. The last bull run was around like 2020. I was moving stuff around, and it's quite efficient. I use them. I use their protocol to move Tether instead of using Ethereum, because Ethereum gas fees back then was rape, man. It was a lot. Screw that. Anyways, with all these combined, along with the other blockchains that is not listed in this graph, it's around 20 billion. Right, and global adoption reached around 7.5%, and it's gonna keep on increasing from here. So it's best that you guys get a head start, so that way you get a better position, you get higher grounds. So alternatives to fiat currency, we have commodities like gold or silver. That's considered God's money by Robert Kiyosaki. Here I have a picture of a silver bar, a silver coin. Alright, with these, they can't track what you're doing with your transactions. That's what's so good. On top of that, silver is also a very, very precious commodity to the robots. They need it for those microchips and stuff. So, like, you know, acquiring some of these is a very good idea. And we have the barter system as well, exchanging goods or services for something of equal value. So it's a very good idea for you to learn a skill right now, especially now. Right, and of course, cryptocurrencies. Decentralized digital assets like Bitcoin offer a hedge against inflation and government control. Alright, so yeah, with all those information that I just gave you, you want to do your best to secure a financial future. Understanding the risk associated with fiat currencies and the potential for devaluation is a must. Consider diversifying your assets into alternative investments like crypto or blockchain-based investments. But the best investment that you can ever give yourself is towards yourself, you know, thinking. I think it's called Wilson's Law. I wrote different laws on my wall. And yeah, you want to educate yourself in blockchain tech and its potential to reshape the future of finance. And it's reshaping everything right now. Anyways, guys, this is not a financial advice video. I'm just doing this for entertainment purposes, and I'm bored. Hope you enjoyed it.